Struggle with starting your business, there's probably a few mistakes that you're making. It can be anything from not having the right offer, not doing the right service and thinking, hey, do I start this hustle, that hustle? Or maybe you just run out of motivation. In today's Ties Talks, I'm going to discuss different topics because recently I've actually came across a few people that are beginners. I'm meeting up with them in Dubai and it's intriguing me so many different mistakes that people make. And hopefully these tips can inspire you to make better decisions and also obviously make more money. My name's Tyrelle and these Ties Talks are based from my own previous experiences going from zero to multi-million pounds in 5 years. I came from a university apartment. I documented my whole journey on Snapchat and now I'm coming to YouTube to share some of these value bombs. I usually do these videos on Snap and those of you guys that follow me from there, you guys will know. I just like to spit facts and spit some true game. These videos aren't scripted and I'm just going to be dropping straight facts. So, don't expect this to be some prim and proper videos like you see on some of my other posts. These are just going to be completely chill. I got my morning coffee and this is more of a podcast style. So feel free to leave this around the room or go for a jog and listen to this because you're probably going to find some tips and tricks that you have never heard of before. Or maybe you heard of it, but I'm going to jog your memory. So recently, being in Dubai, I've managed to come across some new people that are chasing their dreams and taking risks to start their own businesses. And I've seen some key factors where people go wrong when it comes to starting out. And one of the interesting things is people ask, am I moving in the right direction? Okay, am I doing the right business? What's the best business to start? How do I get clients? And how do I deliver a service? There are so many different thoughts that you're probably having when it comes to starting your own business or scaling that business, as a matter of fact. Even if you're at 5K, the difference between you going from 5 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 50, and 50 to 100 and so forth is simply a matter of mindset, limiting beliefs, and obviously solving certain problems in your business. Alex Hormozi speaks about it a lot. Whenever he gets clients, they come to him and they say to him like, look, I want to scale and let's bring on some new services, let's bring on some new products. And he says, well, are you sure you've maxed out your service? Have you been in different niches? Have you tried scaling it and so forth? So in this video, I want to share with you some of the key tips and some of the key principles that I've learned over the years by investing into mindset programs and courses that can help you with your current business. The first thing I would say is that if you don't know where you want to start, I recommend looking at your actual interests. I'm not talking about passions. This doesn't even have to be something that you're passionate about, you do forever, but just look at general things that you're interested in. Personally, I started off doing drop shipping, social media marketing, affiliate marketing, Amazon FBA. I tried everything because I'm interested in making money online and I just genuinely like business. I personally have a passion for business. I don't care. It doesn't matter what it is, whether that's selling cars, flipping on eBay, anything. I just like the process of business, that Harvey Specter type of vibes or those business movies that you watch. I really enjoy them. So I enjoy that. For you, it might be different. There were two types of people usually, just to generalize it. Obviously, there's personality types and whatnot, but just to generalize two types of people, there's creative types and there's more technical or sales types. In fact, you could actually make it three actually. There's technical sides. These are your computer geeks. There's salesmen, and then there's creatives. And with these types of people, if you make these into a team, you'll get some ridiculous results. But where most people go wrong is, first of all, they don't understand what part they fall into, and this affects them when starting out a business, because you might be a creative, yet you're trying to go for a sales role, which for your position, obviously it's a good skill, and we'll talk about that later. But for your position, it might be more resistance for you to get started. You might generally enjoy, creating YouTube videos, editing videos, creating content, and anything. You might enjoy artwork, but you might not be that good at sales yet. You might be really introverted and these types of things. Or maybe you're extrovert. You're a good salesman, but you struggle with computers. Or maybe you're a computer geek, right? You know how to fix phones and stuff like that, but you struggle in social scenarios. Everybody's different. And what I've realized is most people are not identifying themselves. Like Sun Tzu would say, they don't understand themselves and they don't understand the battlefield they're in. So they're always defeated. But if you can go, right, I know my strengths, I know what I'm actually interested in, this is the avenue that I'm going to go down. That's really going to help you just getting started. For those of you guys that already have a business and you're working on things, then there's a plethora of things that I'm looking forward to getting into. Now, the first thing most people go wrong in is they forget to rule number one. And they don't send out outreach. They don't outreach enough. You're not in front of enough clients, right? A lot of times you've probably seen clients, right? A lot of times you've probably seen businesses do real shit, right? You see this product and you're thinking, how in the world is anybody even buying this product? Most of the people don't think this in terms of drop shipping, right? They think, oh, well, drop shipping's saturated. How are these people doing 100K a month stores? Well, because they're spending 50, 60 grand a month on ads. So they're in front of a lot of people, right? Their business is in front of tens of thousands of people. And where a lot of people go wrong is they are very situational and emotionally attached to the process. So say you're reaching out to customers, right? Say you're on Upwork or you got a business and you do 10 meetings. And out of those 10 meetings, none of the clients turn up. None of them show up, that they completely air you. So you turn up on the call, you sit there on the call like this, and you're just like, right, I'm ready. Nobody shows up, right? And that happens 10 times. Most newbies that I speak to are super situational. They're like, oh, I was speaking to this client and he had this huge business and I was really looking forward to it, but he completely aired me. This guy's an absolute idiot. Forget about this guy. And then they go in the group chats and they're like, well, drop shipping or social media marketing doesn't work. I tried it. I did 10 sales calls and none of them worked. I just laughed, to be honest, because sales, you need to be doing reps in the thousands, right? I'll say that again. You need to be doing reps in the 1,000 sales calls, and then you can come and talk to me about anything. And 1,000 sales calls, if you do 10 a week, then you have to scale it up. Maybe you start doing 10 a day. I can do 10 sales calls a day. I used to do about 14 mentorship calls and about 5 or 6 sales calls every single day for 2.5 years. So you guys can do exactly the same. It's not rocket science. It's really not rocket science. And then you'll start to look at things in terms of percentages. You'll start to think, I'm doing this thing wrong habitually. If I change it, I'll get more clients. So you start to think, my pitch is a little bit wrong. So if I change my pitch, and instead of opening with this line, I'm going to open with that line. You change it, it works. I'll give you a clear example. On Upwork's like my domain is what I teach for free in the link in the description. On Upwork, a lot of people have a basic profile and it looks like a CV. They might be saying, hi, my name's James, I do this, here's my experience, I'm really excited to get working with you. It sounds like a 9-to-5 job geezer. Then if you look at my Upwork proposals that I coach my students, theirs will be like, here's our offer, here's how we're going to deliver results for you guys, here's some client testimonials, and here's why you should get started with us today. And it's very specific and straight to the point, bullet points, stuck out, very simple. So we stand out from the crowd. It doesn't matter even if we have no testimonials. Our students get results rapido. And a lot of people won't take that into consideration for their own business. They'll think that, well, to be honest, it just goes over their heads, right? So you have to be integrating simplicity and offers into your business. If you're a big business and you're doing all these things, right? But when you're getting your reps in, you're not doing a lot of reps. So when you're doing outreach, you're only doing 10, you're taking it personally, you're like, that guy. Well, at the end of the day, it's another client, right? This is why in business, we call people leads. If you've ever done cold sales or anything like that, you're just like, this is a lead, the lead said that, that's the lead said that. Because it allows you to take away that emotional attachment to the client. It's just another lead, right? Now, obviously, your relationship, your delivery, right? Your passion for delivering results for the client is the same, but you need to detach yourself away from the emotional aspect of being turned down, because you're going to get turned down a lot. People ain't going to show up. People are going to say no, but that's part of the journey. We used to have this thing in sales on door to door, and it was like 5 no's. We look for the no's. So we'd knock on the door, we'd be like, knock, knock, knock. Then we'd be like, hello, fresh, blah, blah. And then people just shut the door in our face and we just tick it off. We'd be like, 1 no. Next one, hey, what's up? My name's Tyrelle, blah, 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 another no. Next one. And I'd be excited because I'd have a percentage, because of the amount of times I've done it, I'd know if I get so many rejections and some people that don't want a service, I know how many it takes to get yes. And that's exactly the same in any business, whether you're doing advertisement, whether you're doing content, whether you're doing sales. In any business, there is a flow that so many people, when they're just getting started, forget about, especially in e-commerce, brick and mortar businesses. In fact, every new entrepreneur falls for this. I even fall for this, right? This is why I had to learn this over years. So if you can understand that, you're going to skip the process of getting emotionally attached to specific situations with clients, right? Another situation is offers. Nobody's doing a proper offer, right? They're copy and pasting other people's offers. They're trying to shortcut. They don't even read the $100 million offers book properly. If you haven't read $100 million offers, make sure to go and read it, and read it properly. Read it 5 times, because then you're going to understand there are different types of offers. So if you don't understand offers, you haven't even read the book, subscribe to my channel. I'll be releasing a full-on blueprint of offers and how to make your own offer. But to summarize for this Ty's Talks, it's simple, right? You need to be able to understand the ball game of writing an offer. Otherwise, you're just going to be negotiating on price, right? You're going to be a bottom feeder. You're going to be reaching out to clients. And for instance, I've had a few situations hiring different people for different tasks. And a lot of times I'll say to people, hey, what's the offer? And they'll be like, what? I charge 1.5K a month. And I'll be like, what do I get? And they'll be like, okay, you get, and that's when I know they're thinking of it on top of their head, right? And as soon as they say that, my brain just switches off. These guys ain't serious. When you have an offer, right, you say, right, I'm working with this specific client. So as a social media marketing agency, I'm specifically working with real estate agents who want to get more leads through social media. Here's how we do it. We post 3 times a day. One post is to get audience. So one post might be to, this is for organic content, by the way. One post might be some lifestyle property manifestation video. Then we post another video, which is a house tour. And then we post another video, which is a house tour is obviously to nurture. So we get the audience in on the engagements, people just swiping to see a nice house. Maybe they like the video. Then we post another video during the day. That one's a house tour that's you, so people can see you, understand it. Then we post another video, which is to convert. That's going through the financials. That's going through the benefits of investing into property. That's going through the property market, for example, and the opportunities in that area. And now you can go over to clients, and when a client says, what's the offer? You're going to be able to say, well, perfect. I'm glad you asked. What we do is we help real estate agents gain more leads through organic content. We post 3 times a day over 30 days. Or you can even say we post 3 times a day over the month. And what you're going to get is you're going to get 1 post to go viral, 1 post to nurture that audience, and 1 post to sell and educate the project. All we need from you is a file with all of your content. Getting started is really easy. We do a one-time setup fee to set up the system, and then we charge X amount a month. The guarantee is that you're going to get X amount of leads through organic content a month. And these guys are going to be like, wow, this guy knows what he's talking about, right? You're no longer coming across as a newbie. And this is the reason why people with more business experience always excel compared to people that are just getting started. Because people that are just getting started, they understand the theory. Like, you're watching this right now, you probably already understand the theory, but you don't understand how to craft it. It's kind of like cars, right? We all know how to drive a car, but we don't know how to build it. We don't know how the engine works. And in sales, especially in business, the more you understand how that engine works, the better you're going to be at sales, because you're going to understand why you're doing something. And a lot of people, this comes back to personality types. You need to understand why you're doing something to get better at. And to conclude, I want to talk a little bit about these personality types that I introduced earlier. Whether you're somebody that's more technical, whether you're somebody that's more into sales, or whether you're somebody that's more creative, you need to have skills in each of those areas, and you need to develop those skills over time to become better at business in general. You can either choose to be a specialist and only specialize at one thing. That means you're going to have to bring on partners. So if you're a technical person, you're going to have to make friends with a salesman, right, to get more business. It's simple, right? Unless you're an inventor, right, you're going to invent something, whatever. If you want to go in business, you're going to need to get some salesmen. You're either going to have to partner with one or employ some good salesmen, right? But you're not going to be able to employ a good salesman if you don't understand at least the basis of sales, right? Same thing for a creative. Same thing if you're a salesman looking to get creative. Same thing for all of them, right? And the key thing is that you have to identify where you are, onboard the right partners, and work on your skill set in those areas. So if you're looking to get started in social media marketing and you're coming from a sales background, you need to spend some time understanding what you're selling, understanding how to deliver the service, understanding how to get creative. How are you going to go viral? Because when a client's on the sales call and he goes, great, this guarantee sounds sick, the spiel sounds amazing, but how are you actually going to be doing it? What software are you using? What's your actual marketing strategy? And you can't explain it. You're like, oh, so we have to put you in touch with our creative team. You're just looking like a rookie. But if you can say to them like, yeah, this is how we're going to do it. This is the strategy. These are the common software that we're using. This is why working with us is better than working for yourself, because you get access to these types of materials and software, and this is the strategy. People will be like, what the fuck? This guy knows what he's talking about. I want to work with him. So these are the common things that new starts fail with, right? They don't have an identity. They don't know what area they're in, which stops them from knowing what business to start. So you have to understand that I can't tell you what business to start is the best thing for you. You need to understand yourself first, right? Then they need to understand more about how to actually sell the service or get the right people on board. And obviously they need to make a good offer and be able to quantify that offer practically. You can't just throw an offer out there and say, I'm going to give you 10K a month and a guarantee of this. But people are like, okay, that's great, but how are you going to do it, right? Give me some tangible examples. And those are some interesting concepts that I've recently been learning, being around a lot of newbies in the game. And I see a lot of these same mistakes happening over and over again. Regardless of whether you guys take this on board and take action on it, this is a habit that is installed with people because we're not taught this in school, and we have to learn this over time. So simply by you guys tuning in with these Ty's Talks, which I appreciate every single day, and taking action on some of these tips, you'll learn so much about how you can actually improve, and you'll get 10 times better at business. Hopefully this was some refreshing content for you guys, instead of seeing all this scripted stuff, even on my channel, all of this scripted stuff and blueprints and whatnot, and fastest ways to make money in high work and all this stuff. And if you enjoy this video, please share this with a friend. I'm new to YouTube, I'm not new to business, and I'm definitely not new to success. I've achieved a lot of things in my life, and I'm going to go on to make £100 million. And then after that, I'm off for social media. So enjoy this while you can. Share this with a friend to become successful too. And if you want to learn more, or if you want me to discuss any other type of topic, please comment in the description. I'm more than open to answer your guys' questions. I've got plenty of time right now to help people, so take advantage of that. And guys, I'll see you in the next one. I'll see you tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel. My name's Tyrelle, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.